This is Kut, a small town on the brink of a dramatic showdown, trapped inside of 45,000 British soldiers. Help! And they have to defend against a growing number of Ottoman forces. But before we dive into this fierce battle, let's go back in time and explore how the siege began. It all started with the Ottoman Empire joining World War I. Britain had secured exclusive rights to oil fields in southwestern Persia. One of the pipelines, however, passed through Mesopotamia, an area not controlled by the British, but by the Ottomans. The thing is, oil was crucial for the British. They built new dreadnoughts and are producing more explosives. With oil in higher demand than ever, Britain will do whatever it takes to protect it. The Ottomans, on the other hand, had their own problems. Well guys, we are losing control of Mesopotamia, and we're facing border disputes with Persia. What do? We could go to war. So on November 14, 1914, the Ottoman Empire declared a holy war against the Allies. And it begins with the Battle of Ctesiphon. Ctesiphon is southeast of Baghdad, which makes it a pretty good spot for defense. As the British soldiers gathered together, British General Townshend came up with a plan. This is the plan. We separate the attack into 4 columns. The first 3, which is you guys, charge headfirst towards Ottoman machine guns. The other 4 are a mix of cavalry and infantry attacking the left flank. Now this may seem extreme, but don't worry, there will be 2 riverboats to back you up. As the British army begins their march towards Ctesiphon, the Ottoman forces under General Pasha came up with his own plan. We form a defensive position in the shape of an L, 12 machine guns along the first line of trenches, and a complete second line of trenches to fall back into. Artillery will be in the center to support you and the left flank. What about the boats? I have a plan. As the battle began, the British started to charge, but the Ottomans were prepared. Ottoman artillery was ordered to fire first on the British gunboats, and then switch fire to support the Ottoman reserves. In the end, the fight was brutal, with heavy casualties on both sides. Because of this, the British was forced to retreat, but they forgot one crucial detail. Sir, it seems that the British are retreating. Really? Follow them. For the past few days, the Ottomans followed the British undetected to the town of Kut. By December 7, 1915, the Ottoman forces had arrived. When it became clear that the Ottomans can siege the town, Townshend wanted to retreat, but it didn't turn out the way he wanted. General Nixon, just wanted to let you know that we're currently at Kut. It's only a matter of time before the Ottomans outnumber us, and it's best that we pull out. What do you say? No, hold them off. We'll send you reinforcements. Sounds good. Good turned out to be the wrong word. Apparently, the War Office was in the middle of restructuring. So when the request for reinforcements was sent, it got delayed. Then it got worse. The cavalry squad was called to meet up with Townshend, hoping to receive an exciting defense plan. Get out. For some reason, Townshend decided it was a good idea to send cavalry divisions and other valuable assets out of the town, while the remaining majority of the troops stayed and defended Kut. Well, it wasn't long until the British were completely surrounded, and this is when the siege begins. Days turned into weeks until Townshend realized, oh, we're running out of food. So Townshend called Nixon again, but he made another fatal mistake. We only have a month left of food. What? Townshend reported that they only had a month's worth of food, but actually had supplies for over 4 months. with smaller portions. As a result, this caused Nixon to launch an immediate rescue plan for Kut, but little did they know that this would prove to be tougher than expected, which leads us to the Battle of Sheikh located right down the river from Kut. The British forces under Lieutenant Ulmer prepared for battle, with 10,000 infantry, 1,300 cavalry, 42 field guns, and 4 gunboats. Will they be able to break through the Ottomans and save Kut? Let's find out. The British attempted to push the Ottomans out from the stronghold along the river, and it goes pretty well, so much so they even captured a few Ottoman trenches, and eventually the town itself. But it didn't last long. Logistical problems and counterattacks forced the British to retreat and go back to the drawing board after 3 days of intense fighting. By the end of December, Kut was still under siege. The Ottomans cut off supplies and left the town to slowly bleed. British and Indian soldiers, along with civilian volunteers, endured depressing conditions, so much so that Townshend called Nixon again.
Food, water, atmosphere.
Hello? Help! Don't worry, Ulmer is on his way. Meanwhile, the British tried desperately to relieve the siege. One of their efforts was the Battle of Wadi. The bad news is the British lost a lot of men. The good news is that the Ottomans abandoned Sheikh and camped somewhere in the desert. So it's only a matter of time before the British finds them. And once they did, they strike. Ulmer launched attacks to the northwest of Kut, hoping to break through and reach the town. They initially made some headway, but supply issues and tough weather slowed them down. So Ulmer made a desperate move. He ordered a full-on attack to the Ottoman trenches. After putting up a stiff resistance, the Ottomans retreated. Confident that victory was upon him, he ordered his men to press forward, all the way to the Battle of Hana. After a short bombardment, the British charged into Ottoman lines, but they didn't realize what they're running into. The moment they saw the Ottomans, they got blasted by their machine guns. As night came, so did freezing temperatures. By late April 1916, with supplies running out and suffering from starvation and disease, General Townshend had no choice but to surrender Kut to the Ottomans. This surrender was a major blow to the British Empire and would mark the most devastating and humiliating defeats of the Allies in World War I. The British suffered 30,000 casualties and 13,000 captured, including 6 generals. When the opposing sides meet for the official surrender, the Ottomans wanted one more thing for the history books.